Hey, I got rejected. Here is what I did about it. Hit the subscribe button, don't miss another video. Find out what I did about my rejection to turn it round. So I got rejected. This is the backstory. So in 2016 I did 100 random acts of kindness. So throughout the year I decided to do 100 things for no reason. To just be kind, put some kindness in the world. And it was a great year, and it was one of my luckiest years actually. And I did these 100 things, and I eventually put it on a video. It was never showing me in it, and one of them was I did like a befriending service. So I've mentioned it in my previous video actually. I did a video of 5 things to survive lockdown. I mentioned that I'd done a befriending service. I was a first responder. So I basically ringing elderly people who were lonely in the houses, engaging with them and trying to make them feel good. And I had a little rule that every call I made them laugh, and that's when I could leave it. And it was great. It was a great reward. Anyone who's, the other thing is, if you were lonely yourself, like I'm in my, because of the lockdown UK, I'm in my building in town, work-wise. I'm the only one here. It's a little bit lonely, I'm not going to say it. So I've gone for this befriending service in 2016, sorry for drift back to the point. So I've gone for it, and you get this test. I failed the test. That's right, I failed it 3 times. And then it says, you can no longer take part in the service. I forget about it, I get caught up in life. And then when I did the, this time round, I did the first responder, which was the same again. So I used to get this, amazing it was, like you just happy, and be like, right, can you ring such and such? So I'd ring them, we'd have the chat. I always had a good chat, because I've always found as someone who didn't have a dad and had more of a granddad, that I've had massive respect for older people. They're massively respectful. They make you feel good. It's brilliant. Everything about it's great. If anyone's thinking about it, if you were lonely, sign up for the service. You'll never be lonely again, because you have to ring. You get nominated someone to ring. Well, that's what I'm hoping. So I do it again. So because it went so well, I thought I'm going to apply again. You give some references and you fill out the test. I take the test. I couldn't believe it. I fail it again. I fail it. I don't know. I'm not trying to put an excuse in it. I'm dyslexic. It's not affecting my life at all. I'm not very good at spelling. I forget little words. I'm not good at grammar. I get around it. It's never a problem. But the only thing I also do is I was going to be a radio presenter once. Went for the job. And you read out from here and go down. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't read. I kept reading a bit here. Go in there, go in here. I just couldn't do it. And maybe I did this in the test. So I failed the test again. Like you said, you can no longer do the service. And I started thinking, you know what? What other tests do you fail? Oh, first, going back, I felt absolutely rejected by it. I did. My first thing was, because I know that one of the few things I'm good at is that I'm good at that. I'm very good with people, and I'm very good at being kind and considerate and looking out for someone, and I actually genuinely care about other people's welfare and mental well-being, and thus why I'm here now. So the first thing, I'll be honest, what it did. First thing when I found out.
Like this. Whoa, I just need more. I had chocolate, did my first rejection thing, I got rejected. I just kept doing it. More. And then, after getting myself up off the floor, I started dealing with it. So I don't know if you've ever been floored. This is me being floored, but it doesn't get you anywhere. So I needed to get it.
The thing about rejection is, there's some rejections you're just going to have to take. You might get rejected from a job. You've got to take that one. You didn't get that job on that day, there's another job you're going to get. But there's nothing really you can do. You get kicked out and rejected from a nightclub, take it, then bouncers are probably going to reject your little legs if you try and get back in. I've recently had to accept that I'm possibly going to be rejected to be a Premiership footballer, being a man of his 40s. Another recent thing I found out, that you can be rejected by the lottery win that you get from a Nigerian bank. You send all your details in and you still face that rejection. That's something that I've had to take.
But let me tell you one thing, you don't have to get rejected from everything. Certain rejections just require you to step up, turn it round and get that rejection turned into a yes. Here is how I did mine. I thought about it. I thought, who's this a rejection for? All I'm trying to do is help people. I know that I can create a good relationship with older people. I can make them feel valued. I can give them someone to talk to, someone that they can take away a little bit of their loneliness. I make them have a laugh, and we have a laugh. I enjoy it, but I'm thinking about them. It's not rejection on me, it's rejection on them. They haven't even met me yet, but I know we're going to have a good connection. So it's one for them. So what do? I don't give in. I write back and I say, I'd like to speak to someone about the test, and I get a phone call. They ring me up, no empathy, zero empathy, and at the end of it, it's our policy that you have to pass a video to be able to do it. We need to make sure this service is being done well. And I was thinking, well, the service is still going to be done well. I never got the questions completely wrong. So I said, please, I'm not really accepting that answer. I'd like to speak to your boss. You know, I'm not being a Karen here, just so we can clear up, I'm not normally a Karen, but I just really wanted to, I really wanted an injustice that I felt to be reversed. I didn't want to feel rejection and feel upset and feel all, it's all about me, I feel so sad and so lonely, because that doesn't get you anywhere. Today was the day when I came in, I've had an email saying that they're going to change the test criteria. I can do it over the phone. So someone is going to get to me as a call a friend. So I took the rejection and instead, all right, I'm not going to say it didn't make me feel bad at first, because all rejections make you feel bad at first. You've got to ride out of emotions. Sometimes you ride them out. I rode that one out, but I kept going. Just like there's other rejection. You get rejected by a partner, a girl or a boy, whichever it is that you're attracted to. Just because they say no once doesn't mean they'll say no again. You can find a way to turn a rejection into a yes. Or some of them just end and they're gone. But not if something's really important to you, like you didn't get in that school, you didn't pass your driving test, you don't take that rejection, you keep going at it, and eventually you'll make it. That is what you do when rejection comes your way. Keep watching, subscribe to the channel, press the button down there, keep subscribing, watch some more videos, have a great day. Don't let rejection define you, let rejection be defined by you.